Nelly is extremely innovative, adaptive to situations. Doesn't usually get too down when things aren't going well. Even though sometimes you look in his face, you can see some things wearing, but doesn't get too excited when things are going well. And I think he's he's always been as far as a teacher of the game. And I think, and because of that, I think he loves the idea of taking players and developing players. The thing he's always done is he's developed so many players. You can look back from when he was in Dallas developing Nowitzki and taking Nash. And when Nash first got there, people were booing Nash, and he developed Nash into maybe one of the elite 2 or 3 point guards that ever played this game. So Nelly does a good job as far as getting players and getting guys that are playing confident. He's done that with his guys now. When you look at what he's done with Curry, you look at Williams, the kid they signed, out of the minor leagues, and he's doing the same thing.
You talk about maybe some battles that you had against him. Many memories you have.
I'll tell you, I have one. Well, I mean, you always have so many, especially in when we were in Minnesota with Dallas, with those things. But I think there's just this. The other thing I always remember is just his competitive spirit, that he has, and. But the thing about Nelly, which is unique, which he can do what a lot of coaches can, is that, when the game's over, he can kind of let it go, And I think maybe because he's coached so many games, from that. But, like I said, I think everyone has such great respect for him because of the knowledge he has. You're talking about a guy that has as much influence on this game as far as illegal defense. He was involved with changing the illegal defensive rules originally. And when he had his run DMC as far as in Golden State the first time around, the small ball, and then most recently when he was at Golden State and they they beat Dallas, playing small ball. So he's always been a guy that's been innovative and loves, he loves challenges.
How much do you not want him to get the record against you?
Well, I don't want to get the record against me, that's for sure. I'm sure he wants to get the record to get it over with because that's something that everyone's always as far as bringing up. But tonight's going to be a good game. You got 2 teams that, I think how hard the teams are playing and how they're playing is not indicative of maybe what the records are. They've lost a ton of games. They've been ahead by 15. I think they're 2nd or 3rd in the league as far as losing games. They've been ahead, but they play an extremely entertaining style. And the one thing we both have in common is that we both have had a lot of injuries. But the other thing that's in common is we both have had young players. As I talked about, their young players with Morrow and. You look as far as in Curry and those guys that are developing young players, and we've got developing young players.
What did you like about Curry when you broke down with you guys last summer?
I love great feel of the game. Of course, unbelievable shooter. He just has a great as far as feel for the game. And I'm sure that if we wouldn't have traded our pick, he's probably a guy that we probably would have strongly considered at that spot. There's no question.